Hey, what's going on, folks? It's Mike here, and in this lesson, I'm going to talk to you about being a more productive developer by showing you a really cool tool called tmux. But to motivate tmux, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever had your desktop look something like this, where you have a lot of different terminal windows just all over the place? Well, today's lesson is about fixing that problem for you. You see, what we're going to do is use a tool called tmux, which allows you to create one screen and multiple panes within that one single screen or one terminal window. So if you're excited about that, let's go ahead and dive into the lesson. Now, tmux itself is available for multiple platforms. I'm going to demonstrate it on Linux, and you can install through the package manager, something like sudo apt get install tmux, and usually that does the trick here for installation. Of course, I've already got it installed here, so you won't need to do that. I've used it on Mac. You can install through brew, and the Windows subsystem for Linux, you can also use tmux. So again, if you want to learn a little bit about tmux from the actual description on the manual page, you can go ahead and explore it here. But again, the idea is that you can create, access, and control multiple terminals from a single screen. So again, that's going to make us a little bit more productive as a developer so that we don't have to worry about managing a bunch of windows and can just focus on the problem that we actually want to solve. So let's go ahead and get started. And to get started with tmux, you just type in tmux. And once you've done this, you'll notice that in the bottom left corner of your window that there's this green bar and there's a number here, which we'll talk about later. But when you see this indication here of the green bar, that means you're within the tmux environment. So now if you do certain commands, they'll be issued to tmux and they'll control how your terminal window is split into different screens or resized or so on. So let's go ahead and issue our first command. And any of the commands that I'm going to be showing you, you'll start by just typing in Ctrl+b. So to get started, you'll do Ctrl+b and then the quotation key. So as soon as you hit that Ctrl+b, then you're in the tmux sort of command mode, and it's listening again for a key press. So when I hit that quotation, you'll notice I split my window here horizontally, so that they're now stacked on top of each other. And now we have two different windows that we can work on. So how do I navigate between each window? Well, again, I issue a command, Ctrl+b, and the up arrow. And the up arrow moves me in the direction of the pane that I want to work in. So Ctrl+b, down, Ctrl+b, up, Ctrl+b, down, and you can see me moving through the windows there. So that's already pretty cool here. Now, let's go ahead and get rid of one of these panes because maybe I made a mistake and I don't need two windows here. You can simply type in exit. That's one way to get rid of it. Let me show you another way to do it that I use all the time. So I'll create another pane here, Ctrl+b, and then the quotation. And this time I'm just going to hit the Ctrl+d character, which sends a exit command to tmux. All right, so we can split windows and have windows on top of each other, but we can also do a vertical split as well. So Ctrl+b and the % sign. And the % sign itself looks like sort of a vertical split, if that helps you remember. And the same command that we learned previously, Ctrl+b left arrow moves us to the left, Ctrl+b right arrow moves us to the right. And we can split these windows further, Ctrl+b and the quotation, for example, to again split our window, this time just this pane in half doing the horizontal split. All right, so let me actually just show you how I might use this sort of layout here. It's already pretty neat that we can quickly move between environments, but what I might do is open up a source code file, for example, some sort of C file, and let me get through this here. And let's edit this file. All right, so I've got some source code here that I might be writing and changing. And in this other pane, maybe I'm doing my compilation here of this file. And don't worry, this isn't a C lesson, but you can see me doing it here. And maybe I'll move over to the left pane here and I'll have my documentation to figure out what that function is. So you sort of get the idea here that I can have my documentation and navigate and have my other commands here. All right, so let's go ahead and hit or go into this window here. So Ctrl+b and then to the left, I'll hit Q. So I close out that documentation here. And maybe I want to also see some other information that I have here, like all the different processes that are running on my machine. So I'll run a command like this. Now, if I hit the up arrow here, you'll notice it's just going through my command history. So again, what I'll do is hit Ctrl+b and then the left bracket. And you'll notice a little indicator here at the top right here, which tells me how much I can scroll up and down. So once I've issued that command, I can actually scroll up and see the rest of this text with the arrow keys, or page up and page down. When I'm done, I can just hit Q and you'll see that indicator go away and I'll be back at my prompt here. And I can type in something like clear to clear up that window and maybe go back to the documentation and so on. So this is again how we can sort of use these different layouts. Now, what if I don't have enough real estate here on my screen? I want to make this pane bigger. In fact, you might have subtly seen me do that. But what I do is I navigate to the window here. So Ctrl+B to the right, Ctrl+B up to get me to this top right window. And this time I'll do Ctrl+B and then Control down as I tap, or Control up as I tap the up key to resize the panes. I can do Ctrl+B and then to the left, which will move all of my windows and expand them, or Ctrl+B to the right, and it will move the divider of these windows to the right here. Now, let's say I get myself in a tricky situation where I really mess up the layout. So go ahead and do Ctrl+B and move yourself all the way to the right here. There are some built-in layouts that'll try to space things nicely for you. So I can do Ctrl+B and then Alt+1, for example, to get a bunch of vertical windows that are evenly spaced. Ctrl+B, Alt+2 will make them stacked on top of each other and equally spaced. Ctrl+B, Alt+3, another layout, Ctrl+B, Alt+4, and finally Ctrl+B, Alt+5, which will do a more tiled layout. So let's go ahead and just split a bunch of windows here with the quotation here. And sometimes if the windows are too small, you can't do them, so you'll have to split. And say you get something, just get yourself in a sort of weird or interesting position where you have a bunch of windows here, something like this. And again, maybe you just want a nice layout. So that's why I really like doing Ctrl+B, Alt+5 and getting a tiled view. And then you can individually practice navigating with Ctrl+B up, Ctrl+B to the left, Ctrl+B up again, Ctrl+B to the right, and eventually get yourself to one of these windows. And then again, Ctrl+D will close these windows. So I'll quickly close some of these windows here that we don't need here. All right, so let's try Ctrl+B, Alt+5, and that gives me a pretty nice layout here, this sort of tiled view. All right, now this is again 80% or so, I think, of what folks will need to know when using tmux. The other thing that you might want to know, and folks like to play around with this, is that you can have different sessions. So not only can I have this sort of view, which I'll sort of think of as my coding view, where I've got my compilation going on the right, my source code editing on the left, and maybe the output or documentation here, or however you prefer your layout. But what you can actually do is have multiple windows. So if I do Ctrl+B and then W, you'll notice that I have different layouts that have already been created here. Now, how do I create one of these layouts? Let me go ahead and hit Q and show you. So what I can do is hit Ctrl+B and colon. And you'll notice in the bottom left-hand side of my screen here, I now have a prompt where I can type commands. I can type here. And it's sort of similar to tools like Vim if you've used them, where you have a command mode. So for this, I'm just going to type in new. And that'll give me a new session here. So let's go ahead and just split the window here. And I'm just going to type in some commands here like hello, and here's another window, just so that we can see the difference between the sessions. So what if I want to go back to my sort of coding mode where I was thinking about coding? And maybe this window is more documentation or other things that I'm thinking about. So again, that Ctrl+B W command, and then I can go up and select the previous layout and hit enter. And here I am back in this other mode here. And I'll go ahead and just type out, the program we were going to execute here, just so you can see it's different. So again, Ctrl+B W, and from the window where you issued that command, let's go ahead back to our other view. I just scroll down and then I hit enter, and we're in this new view here. So it's pretty cool here. And again, finally, to exit, let's go ahead and just hit escape here. And well, oops, I've exited tmux completely. I'm back to where we were. So what happened? What if I type in tmux again? Well, I get this new session, but don't worry, I can do Ctrl+B W, and you'll see I have some of my previous layouts saved here. So let's go back to that last one, which I enjoyed using. So there's other ways that you can save sessions and different layouts and automate some of the setup, but I'll leave that to a more advanced tutorial, or perhaps you'll comment below and let me know that you'd really like to see that. All right, folks, so that's the idea with tmux, and hopefully you found that a useful tutorial and are able to do some of the things that you might want to do and do them faster now. A professional tip that I like to give folks when I talk to, especially junior engineers, is that you should spend some time talking to, whether that's engineers that you work with, or maybe if you're not at an engineering job right now, just watching some YouTuber and see what kind of tools they use. See how they use tmux or other productivity tools, and see how they can save you time or make some other task easier or done more efficiently. If you know about some of those tools, go ahead and comment those below, and maybe I can do another video on them to show other folks. And if you learned something, make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel so that you can see more fun videos like this. All right, take care, folks.